Greetings from Springfield, Missouri, and this is traditionalist signing on. And it is Friday, August 14th, 2026. And I'm here today to demonstrate an FM radio recording I captured back on July 20th of this year. And it's a quite distant FM radio reception from Shelby, Montana. And it was on 96.7 FM. And the call letters are KZIN, and the moniker for the station is Wide Open Country. So it was a country station, Shelby, Montana. And yep, as the crow flies, doing the calculation from Springfield to Shelby, Montana, where their transmitter is roughly 1,200 miles as the crow flies. So a long way out, and it was one of several distant stations that came in that day on FM, and only for a fleeting amount of time. Sometimes some of these stations only come in for a few seconds to a few minutes, and sometimes it's long duration. This one, by FMDX standards, I would consider long duration and also impressive in signal strength and stability at peak. And I captured what may have been the peak of that signal that day. I was lucky enough to be going through the dial at the right time. Also of note about this recording is the timestamp on it is a little after 1:07 p.m. here, and that would be Central Daylight Time. But what was going on on KZIN, Wide Open Country 96.7, was their noon news, and it's an extensive news segment, but their noon news was going on, of course, with us being an hour later because they're on Mountain Daylight Time right now. Just an interesting element. I just want to demonstrate the tuner I got it on a little bit here first, it is a blue View 3 standard issue smartphone, and I got it through the Straight Talk wireless plan, and it has a built-in FM radio app, which at first when I saw it, I thought it would be a streaming one because that's what most of the radio apps I had encountered up to that point were. But I was pleasantly surprised that when I opened it, it said plug in earphone. You will need to plug in headphones as an antenna for the FM radio to work. And I was like, all right, it's the old style Walkman style FM radios that use the headphone wire or the speaker wire for an antenna. Yes! And it turns out it is a wonderful tuner. And of course I have a tuning enhancement apparatus, which is this tomato cage on an upstairs in North Springfield, Missouri, with some cheap $1.50 headphones attached to it to enhance the signal a little bit. And then the jack just comes down here and plugs in to the phone, which of course, in order for the FM radio to work, it doesn't even need any kind of internet service or anything because of the style of FM radio it possesses. Anyway, trying to make a long story shorter here, but I'll demonstrate 96.7 FM right now in Springfield, Missouri. You can see the old tuner ID for back on July 20th is still on there. K96, KZIN, Wide Open Country. And it's because the tuner ID will stay there until something else is strong enough to override it. So it was strong enough to get the tuner ID. But now you can hear nothing but static in Springfield. I can hit seek and we can get Springfield's Power 96.5. Yep. But anyway, that's the tuner I was using, and now to the recording itself, which, again, several distant stations were coming in that day. KZIN being one of the strongest. we go, from July 20th, and the fifth one down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to come over here to play it. And I will say, yeah, at first it's not coming in the best, you know. Like it's quite choppy, and for regular listening standards, it's like, but you can still get most of the information. But as the recording goes on, the signal steadies out and yeah, stabilizes and gets stronger. And one other thing to note is that it's all this Montana area news, local and regional news, and it has a fantastic weather segment toward the end of the recording. If one has a chance to hold on and listen to that, what a wonderful, detailed, and awesome weather segment. Bravo, KZIN. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
And when the market price vision program,
Okay, we got it.
There we go. Taken into custody. Also this afternoon, the concern of wildfire is still with us. Time of the year, Montana has a new tool to help fight wildfires, and state managers say it will help with safer responses. State's Department of Natural Resource Conservation implementing a new aerial supervision program, which will include a single-engine plane that can stay in the air for long periods of time. It's designed to strengthen communication between
it has nothing to do with The Little Mermaid
and crews on the ground. The Fire Protection Bureau's Aviation Program Manager, Jay Lindgren, says the biggest bonus is that state managers no longer have to rely on federal support. Us having a platform that's under operational control of the state of Montana, we can assess those threats and position it where it most benefits the state of Montana, he says. Lindgren said federal resources have currently been diverted to large fires in Utah and Colorado, leaving Montana with limited support. There are also concerns that federal budget level cuts and plans to reorganize the U.S. Forest Service. The Trump administration wants to cut the agency's budget by 65% in fiscal year 2027. Randy Hocon, lead air attack Fire Protection Bureau, said this new program has already been put to use this summer, pointing out to a fire over the July 4th weekend in the Bitterroot Valley south of Missoula. Ocon said because the plane was staffed and ready, crews were able to get a good jump on firefighting efforts. And even though there are no real large fires in Montana currently, the fires are starting, and we heard just this morning from those with that information that there were 8 small fire starts just yesterday afternoon across the state. So the fire potential is out there, and state officials are keeping a very close eye on it. I'm Mark Daniels. That's the latest this afternoon from KZIN and K96 News.
Mariah's Healthcare Pharmacy is your one-stop. Extended hours, 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer text refill, prescription delivery, even a drive-through. Mariah's Healthcare Pharmacy is always ready to tackle your questions about your medication, help with medication management. They're all about building strong relationships and giving you that personalized help. Mariah's Healthcare Pharmacy for an experience that's easy, convenient, and free. Call them at 406-966-7120.
Something else trying to take over.
More confidence, more control, and more Honda excitement. Check out the all-new 20.
Wide open country rallies, a signal rally here.
Transmission, upgraded suspension, and first-run electric starter. Great for exploring, blazing trails, riding with the kids, and endurance for under $5,000. Visit Pure Bliss Cycle Sales in Conrad today and experience the Honda CRF 300F. Honda ATVs are for riders 16 and older.
Looking for a great full-time job? UFI Sanitation LLC in Conrad is hiring a laborer driver. No CDL is required, and you'll be home every night. Enjoy a steady Monday through Friday schedule, 40 hours a week with wages depending on your experience. Apply in person at UFI Sanitation, 304 South Front Street in Conrad, or call Corey at 278-5254 to schedule an interview. Start your next career with UFI Sanitation LLC today.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health, but then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it, and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
In the weather, it's actually a pretty quiet forecast over the next couple of days as a cold front continues to make its way through the state of Montana, getting into southwest Montana a little bit later on today. That cool front has brought a little bit of smoke from the mountains of British Columbia and Alberta where there are forest fires, but again, air quality conditions have been moderate in northern Montana the last couple of days and are gradually improving as the afternoon goes on. I'll check those numbers for you again a little bit later on this hour. In the meantime, cooler temperatures are a part of the front as it moves through today. We do have some wind to 10 to 20 miles an hour, but not expecting much else. As far as weather, they see in weather radar, there's a train of rain making its way out of Idaho into southwest Montana, mostly going straight east, but does have a little bit of a northern creep to it, so showers could get into the Butte area in the next 15 minutes to half an hour or so, maybe into the Bozeman area later on this afternoon, but I don't know how much more north those showers are going to get for today. There's really zero chance of moisture today or tomorrow in our area, and then maybe a little something Wednesday and Thursday. 82 the forecast high today, low tonight will be near 58, and 83 for a high tomorrow, again around 58 for tomorrow night. Winds should stay mostly light, come more out of the east tomorrow, and more out of the southeast on northeast on Wednesday as we get ready for this weather system that's coming across Canada to move off to the east. And with that, the middle of the high pressure will get closer to us, and that'll allow temperatures to warm up once again. Highs expected to be around 90 with about a 20% chance we could get a thunderstorm late in the day on Wednesday. The National Weather Service says they are concerned with increasing winds as the high pressure breaks down by the time we get to Friday. With that, we are going to see winds probably getting up to 30 to 40 miles an hour in northern Montana. That, and with exceedingly high temperatures, there could be major fire weather concerns, as Mark was talking about, by the time we get to the week. So we'll want to keep an eye on that. As it stands right now, we're looking at forecast highs to be around 97 on Thursday, 95 on Thursday, 97 on Friday, before cooling back into probably the low 90s for the weekend. And again, not much of a chance of shower activity. As far as the potential for lightning strikes, that's good news, but we certainly could use the moisture here in northern Montana. So again, we'll continue to update you on the potential for wind and fire danger as the week goes on, and we'll have an update in the 5 o'clock hour this afternoon. Our noontime numbers, we have East Glacier 67 degrees, winds about 5 miles an hour. Browning's at 70, light winds there. St. Mary also 70, and Cutbank's at 70 with winds only about 5. Bluegrass 68 degrees, winds 10 miles an hour, connecting to 20. Valier 72 degrees, winds getting up to around 10. Conrad 65 degrees, winds getting up around 20 at times. And north of Dutton 73 degrees, and winds are about 10 miles an hour there. Let's see, the latest from the Fairfield area. Do I have it? I guess I don't. South of Shoto, they're reporting 68 degrees with winds about 10 miles an hour. Great Falls, 75 degrees with light winds. 78, it looks like at Fort Benton is where they are right now. Havre, they've got 81 at the airport. Winds are gusting over 15, but for the most part, winds are pretty light in Havre. 75 degrees at Chester, same situation. Winds about 5, but gusting near 15. Here at our studios, it's a little more consistently breezy, and we do have a little high cloudiness at our studios as well. The sunshine in and out of that. Winds at 7 miles an hour, gusting to 17, and the temperature at our studios, 74 degrees. Don't wait for medical services. Logan Health has expanded MRI availability across its highlight locations in Chester, Conrad, Cutbank, and Shelby. getting scheduled sooner to receive timely, accurate results, so you and your provider can make informed decisions sooner. You deserve quality care without a long wait. Visit logan.org/imaging or call your local Logan Health facility to schedule an appointment.
Hello, Central Montana and beyond. Kyle Shelby reporting from Lewistown. Livestock auction is Monday, July 20th. First and foremost, no sale tomorrow here in Lewistown. We'll be back next week with an early yearling special regular all-class cattle sale. No sale tomorrow in Lewistown. It's the week of the Central Montana Fair. I'm reporting from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Cheyenne Frontier Days fully underway. We're in performance number 4 today, headed towards Championship Sunday. We do have a big day coming up on Thursday. It's the Day of the American, and that will be celebrated right here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins will be. But to talk rural America as we continue to celebrate 250 years of the good old U.S. of A. No sale tomorrow in Lewistown. We're back next Tuesday, the 28th. From Lewistown Livestock Auction, I'm Kyle Shobe. Have a great day from LLA.
This is the Economic Minute. It's generally not wise to get on the losing side of an argument. Nobody dares say anything nice about Jeffrey Epstein. Very few venture the opinion in Montana that the federal government should sell off some of its land. And few, if any, would say that voters shouldn't have a say in things. I'm Patrick Barkey, and I don't want to incur public scorn more than the next guy, but if you're keeping score, then you can't ignore that a track record of voters in making pivotal economic decisions is pretty lousy. In Great Britain, it's been a disaster.
They say the world we live in has never been more digitally focused. And these days, it seems as if we spend most of our lives looking down.
Another signal rally here. Just
Blue
solid.
Cross and Blue Shield of Montana knows some of these advancements in technology serve another purpose: to connect us all with 24/7, 360-degree access to the latest products and technologies to better serve your universe within. And as the most trusted customer-owned health insurer for nearly a century, we've remained community-focused, not publicly traded, grounded in our trusted local presence. So we don't only work for you, we work right here with you. At Blue Cross, we also believe in a larger world of wellness, and we'll make sure it's forever revolving around yours.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, Mutual Legal Reserve Company.
It's called representative democracy. It was radical enough in its time. Vote on the people who make the laws. The representatives vote, not us. Federalists at the Constitutional Convention of 1787 were worried that popularly elected representatives would pursue disastrous policies that would bankrupt the then new country. After 250 years, they're getting closer to being right. But snide comments aside, Congress and the President have made laws for all these years, and people like you and I have said yay or nay to their elections only. But the unraveling of the fifth largest economy in the world began in earnest when its parliament sat on its hands and punted the question of UK membership in the European Union to a general referendum. Direct democracy, it's called. What could be possibly wrong with it? Let's have a grand debate, and everyone has a vote. And they did it. After a brutal and expensive campaign, voters weighed in.
I'm starting to lose him a little.
That yay or nay vote, the complexity of institutional, financial, and political linkages necessary for the divorce, as well as a gaping hole in treaty that had to follow. It's estimated that Brexit's cost the economy in terms of GDP per capita approximately 8%. That's a stunning loss of prosperity from a self-inflicted wound. Political instability and growing public angst over declining economic circumstances has been ever present. I'm Patrick Barkey, and that's the Economic from the Northern News Network.
Hi, welcome to the Rodeo Road Show. I'm Will Rasmussen.
Okay, yeah, that's enough there. But yeah, it may have sounded like you, for a brief time with the livestock report thing, it may have sounded like this was coming from Cheyenne, but the listener probably caught that he was reporting remotely from Cheyenne. They had traveled to Cheyenne instead of reporting from the Lewistown stock area. But anyway, also a compelling argument about the political state of things. Anyway, so that's it right there. Wide open country, 96.7 KZIN. Shelby, Montana, as received on July 20th, 2026. I hope it's been an enjoyable listening experience. And this is Vodi Stasnowa signing off until next time.